Good morning, it's June 20th, and this is To My Liberal Friends. Donald Trump seems to live in his own head. Now, I know that I've said that Joe Biden lives in his own head, and now I have to say that Trump has joined him in that fantasy land. In an interview with Bret Baier of Fox News, Trump gave some of the more incoherent answers to probing questions. Don't you wish that the rest of the media would ask tough questions of Joe Biden instead of just fawning all over him? But Baier was tough, he pressed him, and I wish the media would press Joe Biden. But Trump claimed that with respect to the classified documents, he did not have time to go through the boxes. Now, how many of you believe that answer? He's been out of office for 2.5 years now, and he claims he's not had time to look at the boxes, saying, I've been busy. When Baier pressed him and asked him, why not just hand them over, Trump replied, because I had boxes. I want to go through the boxes and get all my personal things out. I don't want to hand over to the National Archives yet, and I was very busy, as you've sort of seen, end quote. Baier then pressed harder. He noted that Trump, who was becoming visibly upset that the indictment stated that Trump had allegedly told an aide to move the boxes containing classified documents at his Florida estate, while at the same time telling his lawyer to tell the National Archives that he was cooperating. Trump's response, quote, before I send boxes over, I have to take all my things out. And he said this from his club in Bedminster, New Jersey. These boxes were interspersed with all sorts of things, golf shirts, clothing, pants, shoes. There were many things, end quote. He then tried to make the claim that he did not know there was anything in the boxes concerning Iran and that everything he took was declassified. Now, how would he know since he had just said he didn't have time to look into what was in the boxes? He certainly knew that there was something in there about Iran when he was caught on a recording showing a reporter and publisher a document prepared by the Department of Defense on how to attack Iran if needed. I think you're starting to see how once you tell one little lie, you have to tell out some others, and pretty soon you can't remember which lie you've told, and you have to start contradicting yourself. So here's the verbatim exchange between Baier and Trump. The only way the National Archives Records Administration would ever get this back would be, please, could we have it back, according to Trump. And Baier said they did ask for it. Trump, no, we were talking. Baier, they said you can give the documents back, and they went to the DOJ to subpoena you to give the documents back. Trump, no, they've never taken the course of action for the former president. Not sure whether that matters. And then Baier said, why not just hand them over? Trump, because I had boxes. I want to go through the boxes and get my personal things out. I don't want to hand over to NARA yet, and I've been very busy, as you've sort of seen, he said. Baier then turned to the impending 2024 election. When Bret Baier asked him how he would appeal to independent voters, which the poll shows a weakness in his campaign, Trump fired back by stating, quote, first of all, I won in 2020 by a lot, end quote. He continues to deny the result of the election, and like Biden, he has told this story so many times he now fully believes it true, at least in his own mind. Well, Bret Baier pushed back by stating that all of those claims have been looked into. Quoting, you lost the election, the 2020 election, Baier told Trump, noting that numerous recounts and lawsuits that followed Trump's refusal to admit defeat in the week after the election. Baier said, this is how you're going to tell an independent suburban voter they should vote for you? Now, there's some facts that Trump's not able to digest with his own ego-driven mind. The latest NPR PBS NewsHour poll by Marist University would give him some rude awakening. In a survey of more than 1,300 adults, they found that despite his strong support from the conservative wing of the Republican Party, Trump remains highly disliked and continues to struggle with independents, and 6 in 10 Americans don't want him to be president again. Being fair, that same number don't want Joe Biden to be president either. A new poll out this week from JL Partners put both of these geriatrics in negative territory. When asked to describe Trump, the word that came out the most was criminal. When asked to describe Biden, the two most one-word responses were old and incompetent. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where we have arrived in our political system. Two aging men, with one being a compulsive liar and the other a liar because they cannot remember the truth. And you can decide which one is which. It's been To My Liberal Friends. Thanks for listening.